So the Falcons roll to a win, and now they share the top spot in the county standings with Liberty as we finish up the month. And as you just heard, Winters Mill welcomes the Lions to town this coming Friday. Liberty got to 2-0 in the county with a road victory over Francis Scott Key, and Man Valley took care of South Carroll. The non-county matchup was a doozy, with Westminster rallying to beat Walkersville after they trailed 21-7. Speaking of Westminster, the Owls return to Ruby Field this Friday to take on Manchester Valley, and we'll have that one for you with another CMSportsNet football game of the week. Join me and Ken Speedy Johnson for pregame coverage at 6:45, followed by kickoff at 7. Man Valley bounced back after a tough Week 3 loss against Liberty and defeated South Carroll behind 2 touchdowns apiece from James Herndon and Kingston Canby. The Mavericks will look to get those players going again this week against a talented Owls defense. The Mavs are scoring 20 points per game so far this season. The Owls had to rally for a win for the second time this year behind 3 rushing touchdowns from quarterback Kyrese Walker. Westminster trailed by 14 points in the second quarter before holding Walkersville scoreless the rest of the way. The Owls offense is averaging 35.5 points per game through 4 weeks. You can see in our team stats matchup that the Owls offense has the edge so far, but the Mavericks have collected more takeaways through 4 games. Let's check in with the quarterbacks ahead of Friday's matchup between the Mavericks and the Owls. Man Valley's Gene Madigan should surpass 400 passing yards after Friday's game, plus he has a rushing touchdown this year as well. Meanwhile, Westminster's Kyrese Walker has generated more than 1,000 total yards with his legs and right arm as we enter Week 5. Now it's time to hear from both coaches as they get their teams ready to face off this week. First up is Manchester Valley coach Bernie Kuntz, whose Mavericks want to get to 2-1 in county play. Let's take a listen. Coach, coming off a victory last week, bounced back after the 1 week before that. How are the guys feeling right now as you get ready for, maybe the biggest test to date? Perry Hall was first, but now Westminster being the next opponent. Feeling good about where you are right now physically and mentally?
Yeah, I mean, the South Carroll game was a good game. As far as being a win, it's always great to get a county win under your belt. Could have been a little bit cleaner, turned the ball over a few too many times, had a lot of good plays brought back because of penalties, so things we need to definitely clean up. But again, good to get a win. We're still a little banged up and trying to get healthy, getting a couple kids back, but things along that, because as we go along, hopefully we'll get them back a little bit more as we go through. But coming along, some younger kids and some other kids are stepping up, doing some good things. So, we're coming along, we're getting there, and hopefully we'll be able to have a good showing this week at Westminster.
What needs to go well for you guys to have that good showing, to compete and to, hopefully on your end come out with a victory?
We definitely need to be able to contain their run game and their pass game. Both. I mean, it's easier said than done. I mean, Kyrese is a good player and he's a multifaceted player, being able to run and spread the ball out and throw it. And they've got some good receivers that have come along. So stopping their passing game is going to be key, but also contain him and keep him in the box. Offensively, sustaining drives, and hopefully that will help keep the ball out of their hands of the offense. So if we can get some good sustained drives, minimize their time on the field, that would go a long way to our success on Friday.
Thanks to Coach Kuntz for spending some time with us. All right, let's move over to Westminster now and hear from Coach Chris Basler as his Owls are going after their second straight 4-1 start. Coach, I know you'd rather have your guys comfortably lead games from start to finish, but that's 2 now in terms of comeback wins. Take that aside, how pleased were you of your guys to go on the road against Walkersville and get a huge win?
Yeah, obviously we were happy. We knew they were going to be tough and physical and, talented and, especially playing at their place. We knew it was going to be a challenge. And they had a couple big plays on us earlier, and we were able to make some good adjustments and match their physicality, which is, I think, I was the most pleased about.
How much of that is the veterans you have on this team? I know you're young in some spots, and how much that is just the overall resilience of these guys? They know what's at stake. They know how to come back and answer the call.
I think we'll find that out this week. Is how far have we come? As a team, we do have a good mix of veterans and young guys, and we're in week 4, so we've been playing 4 weeks, and we've played 4 good football teams, and we got another one waiting for us this Friday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about them. They're big. They got some talent as well. What needs to go well for you guys to get another victory against Manchester Valley?
I think we're going to have to play our game. We keep trying to focus on how we play, and we're going to have to be physical and match their size and their toughness. And it's a lot like last week. It's going to be if we can execute and limit the mistakes, and if we do, it'll go our way, and if we don't, it might not.
Thanks to Coach Chris Bassler for giving us some time, spending the visit. Don't forget to tune in this Friday as we give you Manchester Valley and Westminster as the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Ken Johnson joins me in the booth for the broadcast, and we'll have play-by-play and analysis throughout the game. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:45, and kickoff is set for 7. Let's take a look now at the rest of the Week 5 schedule for Carroll County football. Century hosts FSK as the Knights and Eagles search for their first win of the season. We have the Falcons hosting the Lions in a battle for first place in the county standings, and South Carroll welcomes Sussex Central from Georgetown, Delaware. Looks like some solid matchups this week, so check in with CM Sportsnet for scores and highlights in the coming days. Want more local sports coverage? Be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel.